Hi families, Mrs. Bonelli here, and today I'm going to show you how to get onto Zoom in different ways so your child is ready for learning at 9 o'clock on Monday morning. First of all, Ms. Vasilake and I will both be your child's teachers this year. However, students had to be sectioned into either Ms. Vasilake's or my classes for the school's purposes. If your child is on this list, you were sent this email instructing you how to get your child to log into our My MCPS classroom link. If you did not get this email in this form that you're looking at right now, that means your child has been assigned to my Mrs. Bonelli's classroom. Okay, let's talk about how to get on Zoom. The first thing you need to do is you need to make sure your child is logged into their Chromebook using their student mcpsmd.net account. If they are logged in as, for example, their brother or sister's account, the Zoom links will not work properly. They will not see this classroom in my MCPS. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get there. So up at the top of the Chromebook, you go to MCPS Resources, and you click on My MCPS Classroom. Students need to log in as staff and students. Your child will log in using their mcpsmd.net username and password. If you do not have this information, you can email me or Ms. Vasilake, and we will get that information to you as soon as possible. So let me go ahead and log in here. Oops. Now mine is going to show a teacher account, but some of the things that will be the same is your child will have this screen on their page. If they don't have this screen on their page, you need to make sure that you've joined the code if you were assigned to Ms. Vasilake's students. All right, so click on Zoom. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip over to student view because as a teacher, we see different things. Okay, there's a couple of ways for your child to get on Zoom. The first way is you can try clicking this link right inside Ms. Vasilake's in my virtual classroom. And you can click here, click, and it's going to go ahead and open up the live Zoom lesson for you. If you're having trouble, you can go to mcps.zoom.us. So you can click that link. Don't go to join meeting. Instead, what you want to do is you want to log in at the top using your child's MCPS email and username and password. And then what you can do is type in the meeting ID and the password. Another new feature that students can try this year is Zoom should be available to them. I'm not 100% sure of this because what I see is very different than students sometimes. You should have a Zoom link on the left side of the page. You can click on that and you can click join. And it too should open up Zoom for you with no issues. So those are some different ways that your child can get into Zoom for their live lessons. Remember, those are the same links that are used for both the 9 o'clock in the morning and the 1 o'clock in the afternoon lessons. We're keeping it easy by using the same Zoom lesson repeatedly. The same Zoom link repeatedly. All right, a couple of reminders. Whenever your child logs in, we're asking students to log in at about 8:50 in the morning. It's going to place your child in a waiting room. That waiting room is going to look something like this. It says first grade Zoom. You will see the screen until the live lesson is started by the teacher. Your child, while they're waiting for this to open up, can be walking around your home. They can do other things. We only ask that they're seated at their computer at 9 o'clock because at 9 o'clock, Ms. Vasilake and I will open up the live video link and everyone will be together and instruction will start. We are also going to include a link in this email just in case you have trouble getting onto My MCPS Classroom. Oops, let's try and get back into this. If you have trouble getting into this today so that you're having difficulty with it tomorrow getting in for Zoom, we're going to include a link to just our general webpage, our virtual classroom, and then all the same information is there for you as well. I will tell you, your child will have to get very familiar with clicking on MCPS resources and being able to navigate to the classroom independently because a lot of the assignments that students will have to complete will be done this way. So the more you use the correct steps in getting them there, the better off they'll be. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the virtual classroom that has been set up for your child. Ms. Vasilake and I have included a lot of interesting and helpful things for you and for your child. So not only do we have the Zoom link, we also have a link to some words that your child can learn. These are links to flashcards for first grade appropriate words that they need to be able to read and spell quickly and correctly. I'm going to go back. There's a link to Black Lives Matter content for your child. A whole bunch of books with online links that will read aloud books to them that are appropriate for first graders. There's a link to PebbleGo. PebbleGo is a website that will provide your child with lots of information about animals and people and science and social studies content. There's a link to our daily schedule in here. So you can take a look at that at your leisure. Notice it opens up a new window. There's also Unifix cubes here. These are math tools. These are links to a whole bunch of virtual manipulatives for your child. Since we're not in the classroom getting our hands on physical objects, using a computer and being able to use online manipulatives can be really helpful for your child, such as this. Okay, I'm going to go back home. There's also links to Benchmark Advance. Now, families, just so you're aware, the one thing your child will always have to do to get on here is they have to sign in with Google and with their mcpsmd.net account. So that username and password is going to be used a lot. Benchmark is a website that is going to be used for students in guided reading online this year. So more information will be coming out about that, but I just want to let you see where we are going and what we will be doing. There's also a link to My MCPS Classroom, which if you're not on a Chromebook, this would be a good way to get there because it's going to take you to the staff students page, and then you're going to be able to log in with your child and get to the Zoom page and to all the links that they need to get to. So again, that's a really good pathway to take if you don't have this tab on your computer to get here. I'm going to go back. All right, a couple of other things. This one's fun for students. I am not going to ruin that one. If they click on it, they can find out the surprise in there. And finally, what we have over here is our library. So I'm going to click on that. And this is going to take a minute to load. And the way I know that it's loading is this is a white bar that is crawling across the loading screen. This website is one giant Google Slides document, and it definitely takes a few moments to fully load. You'll know it's fully loaded whenever the white bar has completely gone to the end and then it kind of disappears. Okay, please tell your child that they need to be patient waiting for that to load, and then once it's fully done, they'll be good to go. Whenever possible, I have inserted audio files that will read to children and you if needed. So you can click on the speaker and then click on the play icon. That will be helpful. And there, you can see that that loading bar has disappeared and now it's ready to work. So I'm going to click. And inside, we have put a lot of books for students that would be interesting to them. So for example, these are books written by the same author. So there's books and links in there. What they can do is they can click on any of those books. They can click on the screen.
Dragons love talk.
And they can listen to those stories and they can go back to the bookshelf and navigate through to lots of books that are interesting to first graders. So, just a couple of things. There are more books in here for them. So, there's an extensive amount of books inside of here for children. We're going to go back home. And then finally, there's more books down here. So, Ezra Jack Keats stories, always a first grade favorite. And then in first grade, we are going to be talking a lot about brain growth and being a good person. So there are some texts in there. Okay, so that kind of covers everything that you need to know before we start instruction together on Monday. Miss Vasilake and I, excuse me, I'm skipping around pages here. Ms. Vasilake and I are working very hard to make sure that you have all the tools that you need and your child needs in order to start the year right. So, as a reminder, please have your child ready for learning tomorrow on Monday by having these supplies in one central space for them. So we're asking that they have their math and reading books, the whiteboards and markers that Brookhaven has given your child, the crayons, the pencils. Please keep them all in one central box or basket for your child so that they don't have to run and get those things during the live lessons. If you have paper at home, please put some paper in that box as well. And finally, we are also asking that your child, if they have them, if they have headphones with a microphone, we're asking that they please wear them. There are really two reasons for that. One, the microphone is much more clearer for the teachers and the students to hear your child than what the Chromebooks are. The second reason is it also keeps outside noises and distractions from entering into the class Zoom. So if there's a little bit of background noise in your home, for example, and that if your child can hear it, the good chance is we can hear it also. So headphones are just kind of another way to help kind of buffer out that extra noise and reduce distractions. So that pretty much wraps it all up. If you have any questions or concerns, remember Ms. Vasilake and I can provide support to you and your family before or after online learning, but we will not be able to stop our live instruction to help at that moment, okay? Thank you very much. Take care, and we are looking very much forward to seeing you tomorrow.